What is going on, everybody, on my YouTube channel? My name is GP6 and today I'm bringing you guys back another video into my channel. Today's video, let me just get right into it, is going to be a little bit more serious, and it's going to be a topic that is very serious. So if you're very sensitive about the matter and you don't really like to talk about it, you don't agree with it, whatever the case may be, click off the video. Don't watch this. I don't want you here, right? Just because due to the fact that this is a matter that I personally believe in. It's a serious situation going on in the world, and it's something that it's not only in the United States, it's not only here, it's everywhere else in the world, and that is racism, right? That is Black Lives Matter, that is everything that's going on. This reaction video in particular, what I'm making, this song is on J. Cole's new song. I'm not gonna say it's a diss track on somebody, but I'm gonna pretty much give my personal opinion, okay, on what I think of the song and stuff like that. I am a J. Cole fan, right? And I have been listening to his message on Twitter. I've been trying to see what he's been doing during this whole time, and I have educated myself on the situation before I came out here and just posted another video, right? First thing I do want to say though is, I just came back from work. I'm out here making a video. This topic was on my mind all day. This is something that I really wanted to speak about, because I feel like if you have a platform, no matter how small, no matter how big, in my case it's small, but you have to speak on it, right? And that's exactly what I'm here to do. And let's just get right into it. Let me listen to the song and I'll give you guys my perfect opinion in a moment. And then yeah, man. Alright guys, so essentially I have definitely finished listening to the song and stuff like that. If you guys don't know and you see my change of scenery, it's already daytime here. Yesterday while I was recording this video, my camera died and I just let it charge overnight, and then now it is currently 8:21 a.m. and I'm working at 11. So first things I want to talk about, I have all the lyrics pulled up here, and this is a very sensitive topic, like I mentioned. So essentially, just to get it pretty much started, right, on what J. Cole, the message he's trying to come off in this song. First things first, I'm not gonna say it's a diss, but he is calling out somebody named No Name or No Face or something like that. And essentially what that person is, or who she is, she's somebody who's very outspoken on all the Black Lives Matter situation. Somebody who's very outspoken on Twitter in general. So this video is mainly to send, I want to say shots at her, but just like pretty much a message to her, right? And I feel like I'll give you guys my personal opinion at the end, but first things first, let's get deep into the lyrics, right? Be thinking I'm deep, intelligent, fooled by my college degree. My IQ average. There's a young lady out there, she's way smarter than me. I scrolled through her timeline these wild times and I started to read. She mad at these crackers, she mad at these cops, she's mad at these murdered police. She mad at her ignorance, she wear her heart in her sleeve. She mad at the celebrities, low key I be thinking she talking about me. So right here, the main line I want you guys to get at is my IQ is average. There's a young lady out there that she's way smarter than me. Usually especially in the beginning of a song, if somebody speaks on that matter, or just in general, like the first line's an indication of a song story, usually tells you more or less what the story is going to be about, and this is exactly what the story is about. A young lady that's out there, that she's smarter than him, that he claims, right? And then he's also claiming his IQ is average, which is a weird take from J. Cole, because his career has been built up on him having this pristine knowledge and him thinking differently than everybody else. So I kind of like it, but at the same time it's definitely a different take on his career, his personality trait, or his traits in general, or the way he is. With that being said, let's get to the good parts, right? So essentially she's talking about the lady who's essentially been tweeting out, and then he proclaims to say, now I ain't no dummy to think I'm above criticism, so when I see something that's valid I listen, but shit, it's something about the queen tone that's bothering me. So already you can see he's not coming off like a diss track type vibe, but he's coming off trying to give her some knowledge. I would say more like 1976 freestyle or something like that, along the lines where he was trying to teach Little Pump about the game, or trying to educate him, or something like that. He even had an interview with Pump. So I feel like this is the take he's taking on. And then, as you guys can see here, right, he proceeds to say, she strikes me as somebody blessed enough to grow up in a conscious environment with parents that know about the struggle for liberation in terms they provided with, a perspective and awareness of the system and unfairness that afflicts them, and that the clearest understanding of what we gotta do to get free. So pretty much what he's saying here is that she was growing up in a good home, somebody who was very conscious. She wasn't born in a home like the hood or the ghetto, which essentially people aren't very conscious or their surroundings, or even another country, right, where people aren't as technologically gifted and aren't given as much privilege as we are here in the United States, right? So I feel like that's the perspective he's trying to come out of. And then next on the line here, he says, and the clearest understanding of what we got to do to get free, and the frustration that feels reward seems to come from the fact that most people don't see, right? How you gonna lead, who you're attacking, very same persons really do the shit that you're saying instead of conveying your holder. Come get us to speed. So essentially what I got from this line, right, is she's very frustrated on this situation, and she's attacking some people, and she's attacking different individuals. She's just attacking her own people, I guess he's trying to say here. That's really what I got from this message. And then he proceeds to say, shit, it's a reason it looked like 200 years from our censors just to get freeze. These shackles be locking the mental way more than the physical. So pretty much he's saying here, because she's attacking her own people, right, or whatever the case may be, through her tweets, or because she's angry and she's attacking people for not being more conscious, whatever, he proceeds to say the reason why we've been in this situation for over 200 years is because obviously the mental state of mind has been way more than the physical. And to give my personal opinion in this matter, right, yes and no, right? The physical part of it, I mean, obviously, like, people are still racist, right? And this has gone on for more than 200 years, right? It's been a thing that's been going on for a while, and I just feel like for that particular, I kind of don't agree with it, just because, like, I don't believe the mental has been over the physical. I personally don't, just due to the fact that it's been like, at times it feels like the people itself and just the minority group itself were put in a situation where there's nothing they can do, and it's hard to get out of it, right? That's why you see rappers like Jay-Z, even J. Cole, right, and different rappers come out of a serious situation. Now they're big and people praise them for that, right? But it's not everybody. Not everybody can do what they're doing, right? So I feel like it's a very different perspective on what he's taking on here, but at the same time, I personally don't agree with it. I feel like black people in general are still being, to this day, racially discriminated everywhere, not only here, all around the country. So another thing that's being said here, so then he proceeds to say, which I personally like this line, okay, I really like this line. Okay, I look at freedom like trees, can't grow a forest like overnight, hit the ghetto and slowly start planting your seed. So essentially what the take he's taking on here is that this and this change, this Black Lives Matter movement, and just in general, is gonna take time to change, right? It's not gonna happen overnight. Things won't happen overnight, and I kind of like this line because it is kind of true, right? It's like that very famous line, Rome wasn't built in a day. But at the same time, I just feel like it's more of everybody thing. And then he proceeds to say, fuck is the point of preaching a message to those that already believe what you believe? I completely disagree with that. The reason why I completely disagree with that, right, is because sure, she may be preaching a message that people who already believe what she believes, and maybe she's fueling the fire, whatever the case may be. But what about those people that don't know about it, right? What about those people who aren't consciously built in that environment? Like you said earlier in the song, right? You said some people don't know because of the mental or something like that. But what about the actual people who aren't consciously aware or don't know the environment, right, or live in a different country, who aren't in this type of environment and don't have the technology or don't have the knowledge, right? So and they come across her Twitter page, and now she sees all this stuff she's tweeting out, supporting her, whatever the case may be, and now they're aware. So it's like, absolutely not. I do not agree with this line. I feel like this was a very poor point on his part. I feel like it shouldn't have been said it right that. But he proceeds on to say, I'm on some fucker retweet, most people is sheep, you got all the answers, but how you gonna reach? I guess I personally don't know what to say about this line, but he's just going on and on. If I can make one more suggestion respectfully, which again, he's not coming off on a diss track type vibe, he's coming off respectfully. Like I said, I'd say it's more effective to treat people like children, understanding the time and love and patience that's needed to grow. This change is inevitable, but it ain't none of us seen this before, therefore we just gotta learn everything as we go. So I love this line, right? The part where he says, I would say it's more effective to treat people like children, right? Understanding the time and love and patience that's needed to grow. 100% I agree with that, right? And then he proceeds to say, this change is inevitable, but ain't none of us seen this before, therefore we just gotta learn everything as we go. You have seen this before, and when I say we have seen this before, I'm talking about riots have been going on for years, right? Police brutality has been going on for years, right? Racism has been going on for years, right? I feel like this particular line, it is inevitable. There's nothing we can really do except do our part and do our movement and just proceed to do what we are doing to try and make a change, but at the same time it does take time. So I kind of agree and disagree on this point. I do feel like people need to be more conscious, especially Hispanic communities, any community, right? Even outside the black community, I feel like anybody in general does need to be conscious about this particular environment, because it is a serious situation and it is a serious matter that people need to put into their heads, right? And that's what it is. I struggle with thoughts on the daily, feel like a slave that somehow done save me enough coins to buy his way out of slavery, thinking just maybe am I perceived to make life so much better for me and my babies. I didn't betray the very same people that look at me like I'm some kind of hero, because the heroes is next to the commas. But look here, I promise not who you think. Outside the store every day, he said something, had me like, wait. He was like, Cole, pretty sure you're doing that's real, but damn, why I feel fake getting the snow on the bluff? Well, maybe because deep down I know I ain't doing enough. So essentially on the song, the final line is he proceeds to say that maybe he's not doing enough for the Black Lives Matter movement, or maybe he's not doing enough for this situation that's going on right now, and he's praising the individual that he's talking about on the song for doing a lot currently, but at the same time he's taking an outside look on himself and saying, okay, maybe I'm not. But then he's also trying to share a message for that particular individual, for that particular person, saying like, hey, you can't put me on a pedestal, because at the same time the things you're doing aren't correct. And I just feel like it's just very dependent on the situation what people think. Like I said, I agree on some parts that he said, and I completely disagree on others. It's just a misinterpretation. I just feel like you guys can take it as you'd like. So with that being said, that's about it, guys. Leave a like down below in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. And it's been CGP6. I am out. Peace.